Good morning, everyone. First of all, I would like to thank you to be here. Also to thank you to Bilancia to hosting us today here. And let me present my colleague, Fran, and myself, that I'm Rafael. Fran is one of our corporative chefs from Josper, and I'm managing the sales for the Central Europe and Balkan countries. As well, I'm cooking, but he's cooking with Josper for more than 8 years, maybe, something like that. And also thank you to Sorin that he's gonna support us. And well, always is a first question that is if you know Josper. So if you know more or less what a Josper is. Basically, a Josper is an oven and is a grill. Everything together. And where it comes the name Josper? Josper is Joseph and Peter. So two guys, two Spanish Catalan guys that 50 years ago they invent this machine. And now we are here. Peter, he was a restaurator, a guy that has a restaurant, and Joseph, a blacksmith. So Peter has a restaurant with a lot of open grills, and he was using a lot of charcoal all the time. The restaurant has two shifts, lunch and dinner, and he wanted to save some money because we are Catalan, so we like to save some money. Okay, so and it's good for the business. So he was thinking how he can save some money, and he thought, okay, maybe we can put the charcoal in some place so we stop the burning of the charcoal and we can use it again on the night. So he was talking with his friend Joseph, and they decided to create a kind of a charcoal battery. That is, at the end of the day, it was a metal box where after the service you put the charcoal, you close it, you don't have more oxygen, not combustion, so the charcoal stops. And then at the night they took it again and they put it in the open grill. What happens? That one day started to put also some food inside of this charcoal battery, and a restaurant guide, so one kind of a guy that was writing in newspapers about food, he goes to the restaurant, he tried a chicken that was cooked in the Josper, and he asked, what did you do to the chicken that is so tasty? And they showed to him the Josper. And what happened is that he told them, okay, you need to patent that, or I'm gonna take it and I'm gonna sell it. And then everything starts like that. We're gonna start with our menu. It's gonna be a set menu, small bites, just to show you the different culinary techniques that we can do in the oven, just to put you a seed in your imagination, in your creativity, to inspire you to use our ovens. First course is a bichisuas. It's a traditional leek soup with a bit of potato and onion and a bit of the chicken stock. What we do is we use the first step for lighting the oven. So when we have the oven cold and it's not charcoal inside, we load the charcoal, we make a kind of pyramid with the charcoal, we open the registers, so we allow to create a circulation, an air circulation, and we start to burn the charcoal. In that moment, we have a flame that is going and is touching the ceiling of the oven. And we use this flame to charret the leeks, to burn the skin from the leeks. Also, we burn a bit of eggplant and pepper, but that's gonna be for the next courses. With those leeks that we burn the skin and we remove it from the oven and we let it in a tray, just cover it, so the residual heat from the flame will cook inside the heat. We mix it with some confit potato, that we did also in the oven with this casserole here. We fill up the casserole with slices of potatoes. We put a bit of oil. We heat it up using the upper part from the oven, and we confit the potato. And the third ingredient is the onion. We caramelize the onion also using our casserole. So we fill up all the casserole with onion. We put a bit of olive oil, salt, and a bit of pepper, and we place it again in the upper part because we want to use the heat that brings us the convection from the oven and also the refraction from the walls that allow us that the onion starts to sweat and go out all the sugars from the onion, and we caramelize it. After that, we mix, we cut the leeks, we cut the onion and the potato. We saute it a bit. We put a bit of chicken stock. We put it again in the oven. We spray it with some kind of water and oil, 50-50, that bring us a bit more of a smoke and bring more this Josper taste. And after that, we blend it. And then we have our veggie sauce. So it's just a simple dish with basic ingredients, but with different tastes as the usual one because we are cooking everything in our oven. Coming back what I was explaining, we have 3 types of heats in the oven. If you are thinking that we have a closed magic box, let's say it, that we are using 2 regulators. The down one is just to open it and allow the air to come in, and the upper one controls how much quantity of this air inside is going out. Okay, so that make us that we don't have only direct grill. We have 3 types of heats. Right now we are using the standard heat of the barbecue, no? The direct heat from the embers. But we have the convection from the oven, from this air circulation. And once the oven is hot, we are using also the walls. So at the end of the day, we have 3 types of heats that make us that the elaborations are faster. What is doing now Fran? He's spraying with this water and oil. Why? Because all these ingredients that doesn't have too much fat, you need add some fat to get this flavor. Also, because it's some water, when we spray it, it makes like a kind of a steam layer that will cook inside the asparagus. So we are not blanching the asparagus. The asparagus were raw. And directly we will cook it in around 3-4 minutes. So we come back to this quickness, so this fastness, and then everything is juicy, still juicy, moisture, and with a lot of flavor. Please enjoy it. In the next course is coming together with the asparagus toast. And in this toast, in the topping, we are using this eggplant that we burn also in the first process, and the pepper. Once again, what we do is, when we have our oven that is cold and we don't have charcoal, we open it, we load it, we make like a kind of a mountain, and we open the lower regulator and the upper regulator. So we have this circulation helping us with the ventilation. And at that time, you have this flame. Why? Because we can use also the oven in all the steps that we have. So we're going to profit all the steps of the oven. That's important, because at the end of the day, we are burning charcoal. We know that the charcoal has a cost, and we want to take advantage of all the time from that process. If you see also inside, we have aubergine right now. We halve it. We make some incisions with the knife. We put some salt. We put some pepper and olive oil. And to cook it, we're going to use this refraction that we were talking. So we're going to use the refraction from the ceiling from the oven and the convection. So it's going to be more faster than in a regular oven, and it's going to be really, really juicy. Coming back to the technique, it's just about air control and also about quantity of charcoal. We came today at 9 more or less. We light up the oven around 9:15, and it's 1, and we have the same quantity of charcoal. We didn't load no more charcoal. So with a standard load of charcoal, we can work easily 6-7 hours. And easily, it's going to be stable always in the temperature that we want. Common question is, what is the temperature that you like to work? We prefer to work around 300 degrees. Some people around 250. Depends about how do you want to play with the food. But 250, 300 allow you to have a control in the oven. If you go a bit upper, it's going to be a bit more complicated. So we recommend definitely this temperature. So it was 3 minutes, maybe less, and we have our asparagus. This is the fastness from the oven, and that preserves the juicy that the product has inside. Then we have our eggplant and pepper. It's a traditional dish for us that is escalivada. I think that you have some, it's products that you use a lot also, peppers and eggplants, and it's going to be a bit of a similar taste, no, for us as well. Coming back to the heats again and to the temperature. How much charcoal we load today? We have a calculation. In those 15 years that we are working with the ovens, we understand that if we load, for example, this medium oven with around 12, 13 kilos, you have this stable temperature for these 6-7 hours. Okay? This is really important because some people, what they try is to save some charcoal, and at the end of the day, it's a problem because the temperature go down, and you cannot work as you want it. For a small oven, will be around 8-9 kilos, and for the bigger one, that it has is the same width but with a bit more depth, is around 18 kilos, more or less. Okay. In this escalivada, in this bruschetta or toast, we're going to use also this emulsion. What is this emulsion? What we use is we peel up the pepper, we peel up the eggplant, and when we are doing that, it's going out the juices from the veggies. We collect all those juices, we strain it, so we don't have any black skin that bring bitterness, and we make a 50-50 oil and these juices, and then just mixing up, we have this emulsion that will bring more taste again to our final dish. Okay. Once again, this is I would like to divide this product with this product. No? One thing, because we start with the ovens, this is our main product. This is, let's say, the start from the house. But after 20 years working, the people was asking us also to make open grills because they know our quality. They know that we are working with the best alloys that we can. And then we start with other solutions, like can be this robata, that is more for skewers, for Japan. We have also the bass grills that we designed together. I don't know if for you is familiar, a guy that the name is from the restaurant is Echevarri. Echevarri is like a meister of the embers. And together with us, we design a bass grill, so we can show it and we can sell it to the clients that they're asking for. Okay. So once again, we'll have the grilled asparagus, and the scalivada toast, asparagus, direct heat. We use the lower level, and in the upper part, we just heat up, we regenerate a bit the toast that we prepare in advance. So let's say that we can divide the oven in two levels, no? We have the lower level for, let's say it's like when you are using a pan and you are with a maximum fire, you are using the lower level, and then the upper level, that is to when you reduce the flame and you want to have a slow cooking, okay? Important is always this stable temperature, and you reach that with a good quantity of charcoal, and that's it. The good thing is that we have this stable temperature, so you can standardize. You can say to your kitchen that they will have always this asparagus in these 3-4 minutes. So you can teach them to use the oven quite easily, and then they will love it because it's about feeling also, about passion. This is, for us, it's a really nice machine that can protocolize a lot of things, but also is something passion, because it's like the fire that we use when we were like Neanderthals, no? That we are around the fire and we put the meat there. So it was around 8 minutes there, Fran, more or less. Almost done. You see that you have this layer on the top that is because the ceiling that gratin a bit the eggplant. And now, do you want to remove it already, or? Yeah, so let's go for it. Ah, sorry. Yeah. Feel free, if you want to come inside just to have a look, whatever. We love that. We love that you stop us, you make questions. If you want to play with the oven and come with the tongue as well, you are more than welcome. This is a part of the experience. So 8 minutes, and we have this perfect grilled eggplant. And thank you, Sorin. So if now we go to the eggplant, and I'm gonna ask you to do that. Just mash it a bit. You will see all the juicy that you have from the eggplant. Then you remove it, you mix it, and this is what we name it, eggplant caviar. Sounds a bit fancy, but I think it's the perfect explanation for this eggplant. Enjoy it. So you see the juiciness, and it's not at all dry. If you use a regular oven, like an electric oven or gas oven, it will be quite dry, everything. So it's about preserve the juices. And that we can reach that because the elevation, the cooking is more faster, and because we are using those 3 heats. Why we are using all the time right now the upper part? Because, as I said, we want, for some products, you need a slow cooking. So a chicken wing, like now, it needs the heat needs to penetrate inside of the bone. So after, when you eat it, you're gonna remove easily the meat, and the bone is gonna be totally clean. Also, if we have something with the skin and with bone, we want to use this upper part because, again, the sealing is gonna help us to make a crunchy skin. Big trick always is to dry really well this type of products, no? Because we want to remove a bit of the humidity that the fridge bring to the product, so we can dry it, and the skin will souffle a bit. Okay? Oh la la. Thank you. Please enjoy. I'm gonna go here. I change it now. Maybe like that one for you. I'm gonna take this one. You're welcome. Well, till now you see that we are using simple products because this is also one of the advantages from the oven. We can add value to these basic ingredients that sometimes we don't pay attention to them. No pasa nada. Fran already put inside one casserole. This casserole has a bit of olive oil. What we are doing? What we are doing is we are using the direct heat from the embers to heat really well the casserole. Till now, any question? Everything good? You can play. That is a really good question. It depends which type of coal you have. You're going to have different types of aroma. Right now, we are using a quebracho blanco. Quebracho blanco, it comes from Uruguay, Paraguay, from the Amazon. The properties from this charcoal is that it has more or less 80% of carbon, and this 20% that is more other volatile particles is what brings the flavor. You can play, for example, with alm oak. It's a really aromatic. Some people use also like orange tree. I don't know if it's it's easy to find here, but from our line we use quebracho because it's quite aromatic. It's the most aromatic that we can find. Then we have other one that before we were selling a lot, and I hope that we can sell it again also to Bilancia because this pandemic situation for the last 3 years was a bit more complicated, and we used to have one charcoal that is from Cuba, that the name is Marabu. It was also really aromatic and a lot of efficiency, really heat power, but it was a really huge problems with the transportation of it. What we use also to bring some aroma in Catalonia, we produce a lot of wine, so we have this kind of wine shots. So one thing that you can do as well is just grab a bit of wine shots, and when you want to add this flavor, just put it inside, and it's gonna bring you more flavor. So you can also play with chunks. We have now, that is not launched, but we are working on different kind of cube chunks that they will gonna have different kind of aromas, like thyme, rosemary, orange, whiskey flavor. So you can play it too. And at the end, it's close, so it's concentrate. So you're gonna bring this flavor, no? Also, following this question, is some techniques that we are not doing today, but also really helpful. That is, for example, you can smoke things, and you can also make a cold smoke. So when you don't have the charcoal, you close it, you just put a bit of, make some smoke, you close the registers, and then you let it there for the time that you need it, because can be sometimes quite intensive, the flavor. So you have to pay attention to the time. And you smoke, for example, milk or butter. You can smoke fresh cheese as well. So it's part. We were talking about a casserole that we put to heat. We heat it up for 2 minutes. Fran throw the mussels inside, and in 1.5 minutes, we have our mussel dish. We don't add anything else. If you want peppers and whatever, we like to play just with plain product, so you can have the start taste, and then for sure is you can amplify that with different kind of sauces or I don't know, marinara sauce, garlic sauce, whatever. No. The thing that I really love from this dish is the simplicity of the elaboration, because it's just to put a casserole, heat it up, and then put the mussels. And the good thing is that this casserole preserve also all the juices that are going out from the mussel. So you have already a kind of a sauce there. I always explain that before to be in Josper, I was working in restaurants. One of the restaurants has one oven and one robata, and we were specialized in seafood. And what we do is this type of elaboration all the time with different types of seafood. And all the people was asking me, what did you do with the mussels that are so tasty? And I say, nothing, it was the oven, not me. So it was like that. So for me, it's one of my favorites, this one. But yeah, coming back to the oven, it's important to play around a bit with the regulators, no? Coming back to the technology, no? We have upper down regulator just to open and to allow the air, so it normally is for lighting, and then the upper one just to regulate a bit the output from the fumes. Normally, with this load that we were talking, mostly we don't have to play too much with it. Only when you think that you need to bring some push more, because I don't know, maybe you want to put some meat and you want to make this really nice layer of brown of the Maillard effect, you can open it a bit and make more shock temperature impact, no? I'm gonna help him. Enough? Okay. Vale. So, really important. I don't know if you realized that we were cooking the mussels, but at the same time, we had the chicken wings inside. So normally you would say, okay, so chicken wings, fatty thing, mussels, fish, it's gonna taste everything like it's gonna be like a chicken mussel mixture taste, but it's not like that. Why? Because first of all, we divide the oven. So we try to put the meat in the left side, and we are working to put the fish on the right side. And second, when we close the door, we don't have almost no oxygen inside. So it's not a cross-contamination of flavors. So the fish is going to taste like a fish, and the chicken is going to taste like a chicken. No, not vice versa. Important trick for the fish, as well than for the chicken wing, is that we need to dry really good the skin. Because what we do is, yes, we dry the skin a bit, we put a bit of olive oil and salt on the skin on both sides, and we put it directly on the rack. And you say, hey, be careful, it's gonna stick. No, because it's really hot, and this oil is gonna help also, it doesn't stick. So we will know that our fish is ready when we place our tongue behind the fish and move it. So it's gonna be, depend how is the cut of the fish, around 3-4 minutes. So we are talking about elaborations that are really, really fast, that we can serve it, that is a machine for a lot of productivity. It's important. Let's say that we have a kind of calculation for our ovens. Now, if you see the codification of the ovens is S80, that is small 80. We have M120, that is medium 120, and large 175. Honest, this calculation is good as orientation, but it's gonna depend about the concept that you have. That means that let's say that you have a steakhouse, sorry. If all your menu is going in the oven, you don't need a L175 that is the bigger one. Maybe you need two, because depends how many seats do you have and how many dishes are you cooking in the oven. For example, our CEO from the company, he also owns restaurants. The name is Pura Brasa, and it's a restaurant that the 80% from the menu goes in the oven. And they make in one shift, so in lunch or dinner, so one shift, they make around 250 covers in 2 hours, like that. So they need to have a couple of them. But for a restaurant that divides the menu and they are doing only some elaborations in the oven, you don't need to have all of them, no? So what I will ask you always is just to show us your concept, and then we can discuss with our colleagues from Bilancia which one is the proper oven for you, no? Because we know more or less what is the size that you will need. As I see, 3 minutes, 4 minutes. We have Sivas, 300. Always 300. Normal load, 300. That is crunchy skin, super crunchy skin, juicy, and those 3 points that you're going to see when we serve it is a mousseline. Is this one here, is this kind of sauce. What we do is we use the same eggplant, the same paprika that you eat it in toast, and we mix it with a bit of garlic, a bit of chili flakes, and a bit of cream. We put it in the oven, so we smoke a bit this cream. We blend it, and then we have this nice sauce inside, okay? So I think I'm gonna go for that, so I don't want to call that. Oh, this. Yeah, it's one to share to do. You know, we are Spanish, we like tapas, we like to share. I hope that is okay for you. Frankie. 12 hours. The cost of the charcoal. This is 120. So I can tell. Yeah. The other one, it has the same width, but the depth is different. So this one has a cooking surface of width 76, and the depth is 55, if I could remember. The other one is 76 plus 76, okay? I can tell you more or less the quantity of kilos of charcoal that you're gonna use in 12 hours. No, we have to talk with them about the. Yeah, I think that, yeah, I don't know. I know the prices around wine. I don't want to say the really bad, because normally I'm more in the ovens than in the charcoal, but I think it's for sure less than €2 the kilo of charcoal, a bit less. Yeah, I can transform it. I can say 6 kilos of charcoal. No, sorry, 6 hours are 12 kilos. Okay, but yeah, but here come the trick. After those 6 hours, you will not need to load again 12 kilos. You're gonna load the half. So in total, for 12 hours, you're gonna consume maximum. Let's go to the worst scenario. That is when you are opening a lot the door. It's gonna be, let's say, 18 kilos. 20. Let's make it round. 20 kilos. That's it. Yeah. Then I was explaining also. You talk with them after that. So coming back to the techniques, we use the upper bar. We have finished our chicken wings. It took a bit. It's around. They are quite big, so it is around 11 minutes to be cooked. But as you see, the skin is supple, crunchy, and I wait that you try it to see how is the taste result of it. How was the fish? This one, is Echevarri? That one, not the robata, is the bus grills, the square ones. That's the guy. That's the guy. That's the guy. Yeah, exactly. And Lennox was his right hand, I think, if I could remember. Mm. See, he's doing all this kind of fish, no? Mm. Yeah, it was in a event in Madrid in the 50 Best Chefs Awards, and he was doing there a seminar, and I was listening there, and it's amazing what he's doing. Yeah. So he's and now also his second guy that the name is is a Japanese one that the name is Tetsuro. Now he's opening a restaurant in front of him and with all our equipments, with two ovens and two open bus grills. Mm. 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 Maybe yeah, yeah. Maybe it was his influence. Yeah, yeah, totally. A la tortilla. Bon. So we are with the chicken wings. That I'm gonna make it here. So yes. No pasa nada. No. So we have our crunchy, juicy chicken wings. Once again, simple product, but super tasty. And it is this is one of the things that I like, no? That you can do a lot of different type of concepts. We can use the oven for a high cuisine restaurant. We can use the oven for a small bistro. We can use the oven for a fast food restaurant. So we have right now we are present in 125 countries in the world, and each country is totally different, and they are using it for a different concept. So yesterday I was explaining that it's a restaurant, it's a burger restaurant that he only has an oven and a fryer and a toast, and it's doing burgers like a devil, like 400 burgers per day. Other concepts is just about fish. Other is meat. Normally, the most common, the people are thinking in meat, but that's why we are doing those demonstrations to show also that working with fish, with working with vegetables, can be totally something that you don't think about it, and it's gonna be really could be really impressive for your client, no, with the flavor. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Creme brulee is amazing. Creme catalan. We make and so yeah, in some seminars we make creme catalan. What we do also is like maybe not do all the recipe in the oven, only use it for smoke the milk or to finish. You can use that I don't know if it's to hit no. For example, we have this kind of cocottes that you can use to make a souffle or a chocolate cake like a fondant, something like that. You can do a tarte tatin as well. First, you can do one with apple or with peach. No, you caramelize the peach there and then you bake it. You can heat also. What I want to try that I didn't try right now is to bake bread. But normally I think we will need a Dutch casserole or. Hmm. I go there.
Is there a restriction on the type of material that can go inside, like what the casserole is made of?
Yeah.
So, because I've seen that you're using thicker ones, specialized.
No, it's not cast iron. Those ones, our products are not cast iron. It's aluminium.
Oh, is that the new type of
It's just aluminium.
regular one?
Yeah, with Teflon. Hmm.
Okay.
Mhm. We use that because it's not so heavy, so it's easier for us to work. The only thing that you have to bear in mind is that you cannot let those type of cookwares more than 10 minutes or 20 minutes inside without product, because if not, the aluminium, if I could remember, melts around 176 degrees. So,
1,000 maybe, or not 100.
no, 1,000, no, a bit less, eh? Yeah, I think so.
But also, I like more the flavor of the cast iron.
Yeah, that's true. About the materials, I mean, it's some ones that is quite easy to not plastic inside, but if are using, I don't know how it's called that in English, the violins. You know what I mean? The regular plates ones. You can use it. You can use also regular gastronom, but they will, yeah. So cast iron or something like that, like this type of aluminium is good. It's quite practical. And it's, as here the gentleman said, depends which kind of flavor do you want to give it. This one, it doesn't bring any kind of flavor because it doesn't have this heat impact, no? And then stainless steel. Well, this is all those racks that we use are stainless steel, for sure. Those is. So, coming back to the recipes, what we have right now is we cook some also with indirect heat. We finalize those omelets in this cocotte. We cooked it previously this morning, but first what we did is with this potato that we uh, confit in the oven that we use in the vichyssoise, and with the caramelized onion, we mix it. We mix it with a bit of eggs and salt. We put it everything together here, and we know that in 7 minutes, if we put it in the upper part, it's gonna be cooked. If you see, we have already one there that we let just to show you how we can do it. That's a good thing because once again, what helps to show is that you can standardize the recipes, so that you can make a recipe and all your kitchen team can follow it, and they know that in 6 minutes they will have a potato omelette, Spanish omelette, that is going to be a bit juicy inside. We cook it a bit more because we know that you are more in a sometimes we are a bit raw, so we prefer it to do this time a bit more overcooked. What we do also as well is we toast the buns that we're going to use for our burgers. I think it's one of the most simple examples about the taste in the oven is just to toast some bread. This is always amazing taste. And the good thing to toast the bread also is, I think that you know it, but it makes a kind of a bit more resistant, the bread, if you put on top some wet products. So it keeps a bit more the consistency of the final product. Sorin is cutting now the omelets. Can you open it a bit just to see how it looks inside? Perfect. ¿Qué teníamos? 4. Sí, ¿no? No, ya la sacó, ¿no? Ah, no, una más. Ok. This one. Okay. Okay. Son 12. Maybe we can make it in one for each 4. Make like that. Yeah. 12. Yeah. They're like Romana salad, we try a lot. Yeah. I will recommend in that case, well, you have 2 options. Lower option is gonna burn the first leaf sometimes. So after that you have to remove it. I like it, no? I like it as well. Also with the cabbage you can do it. We do it. Yeah. But yeah. We do it in some seminars also. What we do is just grilled Romana salad with a bit of Parmesan cheese, and we make like a sauce with anchovies, like a kind of a Caesar, a link to a Caesar salad. Yeah. Yeah. No, and also it's in Netflix. It's a girl that is showing one recipe with the Josper, American girl, and is cooking salad. I think it's Chef's Table, but I don't know which episode. Yeah, there is plenty of them. Yeah. ¿Ya está la tortilla o...? Bueno, ¿sí? Bueno, sí, ¿no? Sí, ¿no? ¿Tú lo quieres? Ah, bueno, como quieras. So... El sorry, bueno, déjame esto. I'm gonna make it like in a restaurant. I'm gonna plate it for them. Eh? Oh, one slice for each one. Yep. You see that the thing that we want is this result, you see? That's why we name it coulant, like the dish, like the dessert, like chocolate fondant. So it remains a bit juicy inside. And we know that we need to have it in total 7 minutes inside, upper part. Once again, if you control the oven, you control the temperature, you can make the recipes and you can standardize everything. That's the big deal. Normally, in Spain, perfecto. That's how I want it. Once again, it's only potato, onion, and a bit of egg. It's the blink to our traditional cuisine, no? So we go all together to Spain just to try a couple of tapas together. So now we're gonna go just for the direct heat that we need to normally for meat. What we are looking here is just to reach this Maillard effect, no? This layer of crunchiness. We're gonna cook the burger and we're gonna cook also the ribeye. We have more or less a calculation for the ribeye for thick cuts of meats. We can say that around for each 100 grams, you need 1 minute of cooking, okay? And then the final point of the meat was gonna be medium rare. If you're going to go up in that, it's around a couple of minutes more, and then you go in. That's what I say for thickness. So if you have these three, if you are working with a really slight, thin meat, it's really faster. So you have to go for the old trick of the everyone that like in the barbecue. Sorry?
And also with the people, you're going for the hot water, you have to pour it, so you cannot go like this. I tried also to make that standard, but it's not.
No, in the T-bone, what we do is we seal it really well, and then you put it up, and that's it, no? That's yeah, but everyone and any kind of meat is different. Depend of the marbling, depend of how it is, yeah, how long it's aged. Also, we let it. What we do is to help us is that we let it room temperature, so we can get this crust really well, no? But burgers is gonna be like 4 minutes, more or less, and this is gonna be around 7 minutes because it's 800 grams more or less the cut. And normally we are quite. Our calculation works for that. So, how is the taste of everything? Something that is was like that you the potato. Sorry, the skin, crispy, no? And you see that it's because all those three heats that make that goes everything faster and goes inside. Also, it's possible to do like a coquelette. You make it butterfly, and you place it also in the upper part like the chicken wings, and then you have the more or less the same result. Yeah, yeah. At the end of the day, what we are showing here is those basically is three types of techniques, no? One is with the casseroles, cookware that help us to make more indirect heat, direct heat, and upper heat. That's it. Once again, we use our caramelized onion to make it a bit more juicy. We have some cheese with truffle that time. And when the burger is ready, we're gonna place all together in the upper part just to melt the cheese. And we have a really nice cheese onion burger. ¿Lo has movido una vez ya o no? ¿Lo has movido una vez? Normally what we do is each 1.5 minutes we move it, so we make the squares, but this is up to you. If you want to make this nice grid or not, whatever. Really important and something that we will not show today. Also the good combination that you can make with sous vide and oven. It's also really helpful because you can regenerate each kind of meat there, and you can standardize as well, and you can preserve everything. So it's a really good friend, a combi oven and a Josper, no, to work together, or with a runner and sous vide or whatever. Normally we do, for example, if you do this pork ribs that you cook it for 12 hours, 72 degrees, marinate, blah, blah, blah. There is two tricks. One, what we recommend is 1 day before, just set it, so you're gonna have more taste, and then make the slow cooking. And the other trick is, I say, for chicken or for things that you need to, you want a crunchy skin, you have to put it in the upper part. But in the case that is in sous vide, you don't need to do that. You're gonna go directly to the lower part and you're gonna toast it. That's the thing. Okay. Then is a typical dish that is also a good example. That is, we were talking about. Don't use all the oven for all the techniques, but you can do it only for some elaborations. For example, if you want to make a smoky sauce with something, you can make like a kind of sofrito with the casserole and smoke it. So it's plenty of ways to work with the oven. Not bad, no? I'm gonna remove that in the same. Hold on. This side that you are a bit more quiet. Any questions? ¿Alguna pregunta? ¿Todo bien? Perfecto. That's how we like it. And here we have our burger. De nada. One is here, I think, no? Dos, sí. Sorry? Okay. Without bread, okay. Got it. One here. So now we are becoming serious. Ya está, ¿eh? The ribeye that we are cooking, we're gonna serve it with rosemary potatoes and also with some pepper. What we do with these potatoes? Once again, we bake it, but we bake it in the oven. So we use the casserole, we put a bit of garlic, we put some herbs inside, we put it in the casserole, and we use a bit of water. So it was a bit of olive oil and water because we need that these potatoes needs around 20 minutes. So if we only put the oil, it's gonna just be raw inside. So we put a bit of water, and this water makes that steam a bit and cook the potato inside. At the same time, we use the same pepper that we charred before when we were lighting the oven, and we confit it with a bit of garlic. So we have a complete dish with the meat and the potatoes and the peppers. Also, a common question is, can we work or can we cook also in the night with the Josper? Yes. You can go here and I sit on it. No. Yes, you can do it. You can cook it overnight. The thing is that it depends on the quantity of charcoal that it remains. It's gonna be one restaurant or each other, but if you if you try it a couple of times, you can have a good control. And if you use a tray and you cover it with alu foil, you can cook really well some cheeks or these slow cooking things. I don't know what are you cooking because you have a Josper for sure. I know that. Okay. Unfortunately. Oh. You have to change that then. Bono? See? At the end of the day, it's that, no? I like to divide open grills and Josper because Josper has his own taste a bit because it's concentrated. I don't know. This is my feeling. It's like a.
Yes, but you have to elevate this one so you can move also. So it's better control of the temperature.
Yeah, here you have 3 elevations.
Like this, you have to control the balls, not the chef.
No, but you know the other one that we have, the open grills with the wheel?
That's with the wheel, yes. I didn't know that you have that one.
Yeah, this is our collaboration with Echevarri, with this guy. Because I think it was like 7 years ago, made that we start to go with that. And also, yeah, and then we go and we make it like a. And the thing is that also now, like what we are doing is like a combination. We put an oven together with a grill. So because some people wants to have more show on the kitchen, and the open flame always is like something that the client is looking more, no? Grazie, amigo. But as you see, you have this nice Maillard effect. That is when the heat touches the protein and change to this brown color that is, at the end of the day, is the flavor from the meat, no? Also, it's good, depends which kind of fish are you cooking or which type of dish are you cooking. Use those racks also to cook the fish. I make myself clear. For example, when we are working in a fair, in a big fair like in Milano, the Hostelco, or those ones, we serve food for around 500 people every day. What we do is we make small bites and we cut, for example, the salmon in small cubes. We put it directly in this rack and we can make in 1 second a lot of portions. Also, other dish that we use, I don't know if it's common here, the codfish. Do you use codfish normally here? Normally we cook it in the upper part, also with a casserole with a bit of oil. And then we gratinate that with this mousseline. This is also amazing. Everyone is looking for the entrecote. Dun, dun, dun. How it is? The moment of the truth. Looks good. If anyone wants a bit more of burger or potato, or how is the quantities? Are you okay? Or? Perfecto. Perfecto. ¿Mm? Whoop. So I'm gonna place just one here. If someone would like it to cook it this medium, if someone is eating a bit more well done, just let us know and we will put it again in the.
So what about whole fish? Thick.
Yeah.
Which side do you put on the bottom?
That is, we have two religions in our company. But frankly speaking, he's doing in the bottom, I'm doing in the upper part. But for example, sibas, 2 kilos, I put it in the upper part and I can let it there. And in around 15 minutes, I have it ready. That's it. You make it also same trick as fillet. You dry it well and you put some oil and salt and then you place it. And then it's everything crunchy. The trick or the most tricky fish that we find normally is turbo, because it has this belly that is more fluffy, no? The white one with a lot of fat. So here you have two options. One, you can use this kind of cage for the fish and put it inside. And the other one is we have same GNs than this one, but in this size, in 1-1. So we make like kind of plancha. Also, you can make it directly. But the thing is that you have to be used to it. So you have to make it with two tongues, and first from the belly, and after that from the skin. It's important. Monkfish is amazing also. Well, any kind of. Well, I don't know. I don't know if you realize that this is the new model. That if we compare it with the older one, the older ones, it has like a kind of a hat. Okay. No, no. The dimensions is the height. Yeah, it's a bit smaller because this system is a bit more concentrated. Let's say it's the same one. So at the end of the day, is I'm gonna bring this one so I can show you. So now it's 3 pieces, okay? But make the same as before. So this is a kind of labyrinth that stop the sparks and stop the flames and cool down the fumes, so the heating is not suffering too much. So we can guarantee that here around we have not more than, I don't know, 65. We measured it 15 centimeters and it was in the most higher heat conditions is around 75, okay, which is good. And the good thing, if you compare this one with the older one, is that those 2 pieces can go to the dishwasher. So what we recommend is first just wet towel and wash it a bit, and then those 2 things direct to the dishwasher. You dry it and it's ready. This is other option, but up to you. Maybe it will burn one day. But about maintaining and cleaning, that is important, I think, for you and for your team as well. What do you do normally? We have a daily cleaning, that is, you have to clean the door and the frame and the fact collector. This is daily. You can choose it if you want to do it after the service or on the morning, up to you. On the morning, it's going to be a bit more cold, so it's more comfortable. But normally, we clean it after the service. You cool it down a bit with the water, and then with a metal sponge, and done. You can put a bit of degreaser. When you cool it, after that, you can put a bit of degreaser. And then you have a weekly cleaning that is the upper system. There is stop flames and cool down system, and you have to clean all the ashes that are in the hopper. In this new system, we have like a kind of wasp. So when you move here, it's falling down the ashes, okay? So it's collecting more. But however, once per week, you have to remove the grids and push all the ashes down, and then you collect all the ashes here, okay? Also important is change one position, those grades here. You need once per week, just move one position the grades. For example, this is the same one than the one that we use, that is 7 grades. So what we make is just change it one position. Why? Because the heat is coming from the center. So if we want to have a long life from these pieces, that means long life more than 1 year, we need to change it, the position, so it's not heating always in the same piece, because if not, it bends. And basically, those are the maintaining and the cleanings. Not too much. How was the meat? Was good? So thank you to Fran, because I didn't cook anything today. Thank you for being here, and you have any questions, I'm here. You have Bilancia, is our partner, and you can contact us, and I will be more than happy to help you. Okay? Thank you.